Well, good evening, everybody. Just want to welcome you to our normal Thursday training session for leaders, or our leader sessions here. Today, we'll be talking about some of the local adventure opportunities that we have available over the fall and some of the places that you can find those. The first thing I wanted to tell everybody is that I'll be doing a bit of screen sharing here tonight, but the first thing to talk about is the fact that all of our programmatic type things can all be found at our iHub location, which is sort of like, if you don't know what iHub is, it's an internal, like an internal sort of Facebook that we have that we use. I'm going to share this here. So when you navigate to iHub, and you'll see here that to get to iHub, you'll need to go to neic.ihubapp.org. And if you head into there, what you'll see is it's going to give you this opening screen if you already have a application, or excuse me, if you already have credentials to log in. If you don't have login credentials, you'll need to make those in order to see the front page of everything. And you can, I believe, log in. Oh no, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. So you'll need to make a login, and you will need to go check this out for the first time. There are things called channels, and what these channels are down here, these are essentially self-selected items for you that if you want to see certain things, you'll be able to curate it for you automatically. So as you look at your different channels, you're going to end up seeing the things that pertain to you. And why this is helpful to you is if you are a Scouts BSA leader, having no interest in, not that you don't have any interest in the Cub Scout program, but staying informed on specific Cub Scout type things maybe isn't exactly your responsibility for your unit, you can select out of those. So you're going to end up not seeing updates that pertain to Cub Scouts. You may also be the outdoor coordinator for your unit, and you may want to be able to see all the available outdoor things. And it's going to automatically curate that for you. So what we'll do now is I just want to show you a couple of key places. As you've seen, this has been scrolling across. So you've probably seen a couple of the banner things that are going on here. These stay stationary, or these are here and they rotate through, but these are always here. We also always have these icons down here that allow you to join different channels. Check out our camps, go to the Scout Shop, check out the calendar. I am not really here today to give you a rundown specifically on iHub. You can kind of dig around in this more if you'd like to. My real purpose is just to show you that all of the programmatic things are going to sort of become stationary here in this location. So the more information you want to learn about that, you're going to have to find it here. And then this obviously down here is all the other different kinds of things that are going on in my feeds. I subscribe to everything, so I get every single feed, and you can see there's a fairly good looking chap here making some videos. So go check those things out if you get a chance. And here again, making more videos. I have preloaded a page on here, and where that can be found is actually on this right here, our local adventure days. So by clicking the local adventure day, it would get you to this location here. So local adventures, fish and shoot. This fall, we will be having fishing, archery, and BB guns at Camp O'Carroll. And this is for all of our age groups. So the Cub Scouts, I'm not going to read this verbatim for you. Obviously, you can come check this out. But for Cub Scouts, they're going to be working on their shooting sports awards. And here's sort of the dates, times, locations for all that stuff. You can sign up by clicking here. And then our Scouts BSA adventurers can work on advancement. Specifically for them, that generally means merit badges. And so they're going to be able to work on merit badges, and they can do all that at O'Carroll, as well as some Cub Scout fishing. So the bears can actually earn their Bear Goes Fishing adventure if they come to this event. So something good for you to note. The other location I wanted to show you, I'm getting off my game here a little bit, I apologize. So local adventures at camp. This is a subheading that's going to give you information on our camps specifically. And how you can navigate to that is from this home page here if you were to click our camps, it's going to take you to our camps. And in this subheading, you're going to be able to find some great information about our camps, and also our local adventures can be found by clicking something that's probably not on this page for you. So I apologize for that. But I do want to show you our local adventures, which I'll dig that out and make sure that it's very clear on how to get to this specific location. Local adventures is sort of what we're here to talk about tonight. The council offers a ton of awesome stuff locally that units maybe aren't totally aware of. Probably one of the biggest questions that we've gotten so far this fall, which is no surprise to anybody on this call, I would imagine, is that how many people can camp? What are the camping regulations? What's the most updated camping information for this fall? All those things can be found right here on this page. And if you want to learn more about making a reservation and some limits and all that kind of stuff, you can kind of click through this information here. I do want to note that restrictions of 25 people per campsite are now our norm. One thing that we have done is we have altered our reservation structure so that we've condensed campsites, meaning that if you reserve one campsite at, say, Crown, you're actually reserving 2 or 3 campsites which are in the immediate vicinity. So your patrols can sort of expand out into the adjacent sites, and you're going to see as you go into make a reservation somewhere that certain camps aren't going to be available, or certain campsites. So we're going to go ahead and click. I don't know if everybody even knows this, but making a reservation at one of our camps is really pretty straightforward. You're just going to click make a reservation, and it's going to bring up the ability to do that. I've selected Camp Crown. All you need to do is click the reserve facilities, and much like a state park or a national park, most of you on this call, I believe, are part of Northeast Illinois Council, so you're going to pick that. We're going to want to do campsites. And much like a state park or a national park, it's going to give you a breakdown of what is available for you and what dates and what dates are available for which campsites. So I do not, unfortunately, have the knowledge of exactly what campsites are right near each other throughout our camp, but I do know that these campsites here that have been selected, these are the sort of the hub campsites. So White Oak, right around White Oak, you may have Red Oak, and it might be, let's say, Sugar Maple. So if you reserve White Oak, you're going to end up having 2 or 3 other campsites along with it. And that's just to make sure that we spread everybody out and that we have some other options in terms of, ability to get a patrol here or a patrol there. You can also see throughout that there's the ability to select days throughout, all throughout the week. When it's X'd out, what that means is that it has already been reserved. So if it's blacked out or if it's darked out here, that means that in a normal year, these would all be open for reservation. It just means that we have artificially closed those down to lump them in with everything else. The X's are what signify a reservation has already been made. So you can see here that beach has already been reserved for Friday and Saturday of this week, meaning that it's also attached to some other campsite in here that is not X'd out. So hopefully that makes sense, and that's not too convoluted right now. In a normal year, again, you would see only the X's would be what's blacked out, and you'd be able to select anything else. So, and that's how it is for all of our campsites as well throughout the council. You can also select, if the program areas are up and running, the large fire bowl. So no one here has reserved it except for Saturday in October. Looks like the first Saturday in October. And again, the Jadell Center has some options for exterior stuff right now. In a normal year, again, those would also have the conference rooms and the different areas inside the Jadell for reservation. You can also change your reservation date up here. If you know you're going to go out into November and you want to see out in November, let's go back to campsites. Arguably, we'd see more stuff open, which we do here. So there are a couple campsites already reserved, but as you can see, there's a little bit more available the farther we go out, but still those inaccessible campsites are all grayed out and not available. So hopefully that shows you a little bit about our camp reservation system and how to make those. pretty straightforward. Again, you can either go to our council camps page here and get there, or you can go to neic.ihubapp.org/ I believe if you type in neic.org/local adventures, this is what will come up. I believe that's how I found that. So a quick word on a couple of other things, and then I can open it up for questions, because this is getting to the end sort of portion of what I have available this evening. But paddling is a big tradition in our council. We do have a lot of great waterways that you can utilize, different rivers and lakes in our area. There is the ability here to reserve canoes and kayaks. So if you'd like to reserve canoes or kayaks for your unit, simply select which one you'd like to reserve. And it's going to take you to a Google form sheet that you need to fill out. It's going to tell you the requirements you need, where you're from in the council, your unit number, unit type. For the sake of going through it, I hope Rory loaded 129 in. We'll see if we can get through. Fantastic. So it gives you options on where you'd like to go, or choose a different one. This is for us delivering those to you. You also have the option to pick them up yourself. Let's say we're going to go to the Des Plaines. I love the Des Plaines, great river. It's going to ask you your estimated number of youth, your dates, and primary information. And we're not going to go through all that to see what the next screen is, but it's going to be a confirmation of a submission of the form, and then you'll be contacted for payment on those items. So that's a canoe rental. The other rentals are going to be identical. They just ask different questions. But as you can see, we've got fishing. If you need to reserve anything or rent any sort of equipment, you can contact Rory, the program director, by clicking this link here. It should give you some upcoming events that are coming along. Shooting sports is the same. We do have a lot of shooting sports events over the course of this fall. We have a beautiful new shooting sports facility at O'Carroll. We'd like to make as much use of that as possible. So if you can check the calendar here for upcoming dates that we have available. And that can also be found under this calendar tab at the bottom of the screen. And this should load. This is the same calendar feed from our website. So if you're looking at the website and you're looking at this, it's the exact same thing. And you can see here that there are numerous different events and activities. You've got the Cub Scouts Shooting Sports Days, as well as the Scouts BSA Crew Shooting Sports Days. So you can register for those directly from here. It's going to take you to the same place as that other original screen that we looked at. And you can kind of mill through here and look for all the different opportunities. You can see, again, we're doing it on the 26th. So we've got 3 or 4 weekends booked already this fall where you can participate in those things. And the final one that I really wanted to highlight is most everybody knows about our cycles at this point. We have both fat tire bicycles, which were used up at Camp Makajuan throughout the course of the summer, but also are brought down during the course of the year. Wonderful trails over at Silver Lake Park, which is a Wisconsin County, Kenosha County Park. There is no charge to get on the trails themselves, and you can bring your own bikes if you like. So I highly recommend everybody take a look at that. But the cycling program that we have also now includes a pump track at Camp Crown. And if you don't know what a pump track is, I would encourage you to click the video on how it works. I would click the video tonight, but I'm not sure the audio is going to play through, and I'd rather have you just kind of check it out on your own. You can reserve the bikes by it's going to be the exact same sort of setup as we did before. You've got the cost associated with the bikes, the council information. You'll do your unit information following that. And it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. If you're already headed out to camp, it has been a hot topic. It's been really really sought after. So if you know you're going to go out to Camp Crown in the next couple months and you know you'd like to do something and try it out, I recommend you get on there as soon as you can and start reserving that. The other bikes I failed to mention we have actual mountain bikes, which made their debut sort of for a couple weeks last year, and so up at Makajuan, and then made their way back down. So those are also available. So those are true mountain bikes. and then the fat tire bikes are slightly different. Fat tire bikes are great for winter too, so don't shy away from reserving them throughout the course of the winter. And then we have climbing. This is really, you need to contact Rory if you have any desire to do any climbing at any of our camps. We have the mobile climbing tower, and so go take a look at that. I won't dive too deep into that, but it is available. It's just by reservation and request directly to Rory. And then the same with geocaching. So we also have 2 geocaching sites, one at Crown and one at O'Carroll. And both of those are available for unit programming. So those are kind of all the highlights of the local adventures and the camps. Excuse me, that's the wrong page there. So please take a look, get into the iHub, take a poke around, make sure that you take a look at what campsites are available, reserve early, reserve often. Our camps, really, we have put a lot of work over the last couple of years into our camps, and they really need to be used as much as possible, because we love it when people are using the properties, and hopefully we're offering them to you at a price that's reasonable and hopefully more competitive than even other places. And Scouts BSA units, feel free to use them as a launching point to go do other things in the area. So either use the Fox River or find cool, interesting things to do throughout the fall in southeast Wisconsin and in northeast Illinois. So I will open it up for questions. At this point, I'll stop the recording. I want to thank everybody for being here this evening. It's somewhat of a short presentation tonight, but hopefully it was informative, and you can find some things now that you're looking for from a program standpoint. So thank you very much, everybody. Have a wonderful evening, and we will see you next time.